Hey geeks, welcome back to the series of videos where we are understanding all about JWT by implementation. We have already discussed in the first part of article the theoretical aspect of it. In the second article, we are now just in the end of building our node server, and the last part we are going to understand of this is like what is refresh token and what it is used for and what it is inside the code, if you can see. Now this refresh token is, let me just try to make it very clear that first we'll understand this refresh token, and then we'll check all of the endpoints we just discussed in the previous videos via Postman. We'll test them out and we'll feel super cool that we have just built it and we have understood everything of that. So I hope you will be enjoying it after seeing the results. So I'm just excited about that. And then we will move back, jump to understanding React, how we are going to use this React inside this React, how we are going to use this and these endpoints. Alright, so this refresh token is very simple. When you log into any website, you get access token stored in local storage as we understood earlier, and refresh token inside cookies. Now your user is surfing your website very frequently, let's say, or anyway, but you have set some expiry of access token. The reason already explained, because okay, I don't want to explain it again. So due to that expiry, access token is going to expire. Now why this access token was getting used in front end? To get access to the secured endpoints, to get the values. Like some of the endpoints needs to be secured so that without authentication or credential, this endpoint will not be accessible for any user, right? We need to do that, right? Anyone should not be able to access all of the endpoints. So some of the endpoints we make sure that it is secured, and when the endpoint is secured, we need some kind of authentication. We are not sending username and password, but it's a replacement. We are saying that there is something called access token. That access token we will be sending to that request endpoint, secured endpoint, to get the data so that we can use that data to populate our website. Now that website we'll see that this request will keep going on for accessing this secured endpoint, but at some point this is going to be expired. This access token is going to be expired as it is set earlier. So this, let's say it is expired. Now if it is expired, normally it will throw error, right? And what you are going to do that in that case? So behind the scene, instead of logging out the user or instead of throwing any error, behind the scene to the front end, it is cached that access token expired will get thrown by the server. Front end will cache that error and we'll see that access token is expired. And after understanding that access token is expired, it will check. It will send a request to an endpoint, which is your refresh token endpoint. In our case, it is R token /R token. If you see our router, we have this endpoint build /R token, which will go to this portion of code here. And front end, when front end will know that access token is expired, front end will send a request to this endpoint saying, hey, I need a fresh access token because earlier access token got expired. Now backend will be like, hey, why I will give you the refresh a fresh access token? Do you have something to validate yourself? For that, you remember we have stored the refresh token in cookies. That refresh token will automatically attached by the browser, not by the front end request, right? Browser will add that refresh token from as a in terms of cookie attached to that R token endpoint request, and with that it will come to this endpoint here. So in that case, we are expecting that cookie will be added with this request, and we are expecting a cookie named refresh token. refresh token will say that okay, this is the cookie, and we are seeing that this is cookie existing or not. If it is not, then we will respond that cookie this token not found, the refresh token not found, and it will get logged out. Okay, but this one JWT verify is need to verify, right, that whether this refresh token, okay, it's fine that you have sent the refresh token via cookie, we know that, but I need to validate that first, right? So that's why we are again using our secret, the same secret token which is used, which got used to generate refresh token. If you remember this one, refresh token secret key, this token was used while generating the refresh token. Now the same secret token will be also utilized to verify that refresh token authenticity and validity, not authenticity, the validation of that refresh token. So we are using that in the JWT verify function, and the refresh token we received and the secret token, and what it will do right now, it will verify that this refresh token is valid or not. How it will verify? It will combine, I already explained, it will combine the first two parts of JWT token with this secret token and will generate a signature. That signature will be matched with the signature sent in the token, refresh token. So this one, if I just want to explain this just one more time so that you guys won't complain. So what I was saying, that this refresh token, let's say, contains three parts, and this one, this is the first and this is the second part. This both will be combined with this refresh token, not refresh token, with this refresh secret token, and then signature will be generated. That generated signature will be matched with this one. If this matches, then it is valid, and provided that this is not expired. If it is expired, then also it is invalid. Okay, so it's not that it is matched then it is valid. It will also check that it is expired or not. Okay, so that is the also job of verify function here. Now this is by all means it is not a problem. Then if it is a problem, there is expired token or the match is not found, somehow this invalid token or manipulated token were sent to this, then it is going to throw error. But if it is valid, then it is going to create a access token again, and that access token will respond with a 200 status, and that will be stored again inside the local storage or override the local storage, and from there a next request will be sent to the server, so that user won't feel anything. User will never experience any error, user will never experience any logout in that case, and automatically behind the scene this is got handled. So this is the what I say, this is kind of magic, I feel. When I didn't had any clue about this, I was wondering that how this gets handled by the people, and when I heard about that, I was very curious to understand. But when I know right now, I feel it is kind of magic, and this magic happens with this logic, and I hope this logic and magic is you are able to understand now. I hope you are enjoying that. So this refresh token now is getting used, and then this response is given to the front end for that. Now if this something happens with the let's say refresh token itself got expired, in that case we will have to log out the user. So this error will be thrown with 401 status code, and then front end in that case will realize that this refresh token also got expired, so we need to log out, and front end will simply log out the user. How? We will see in the React. Now let's try to understand our all endpoints via Postman by trying it ourselves. So what I have done for you guys already is I have already opened the this front this all. So if you see, this is our JWT node server, all 4 important endpoints. So first we are going to register. So this is, if you see, our server is running as 4000, so that's why it is localhost 4000. We are hosting our endpoint at hackers. So if you see this one, if I just check this one, we are serving all endpoint at hackers, that's why it is hackers. And now we are going to register something, so this endpoint will be utilized with front end. But before that, as a developer, backend developer, we need to validate it is working or not, right? So for that we are doing that. It's a post request, it's a registration, simple registration, so we don't need to set any header, anything. So we are going to be very simple. Only one thing is required, which is body. So here let's say I'm going to add test1. Let's give the password as test1. Everything is test1, let's say, just to avoid the confusion. The user is always user. This is kind of a data we are storing, type of like user, it is user type, or it is admin, just for some metadata, nothing else. Just you can give anything here. Now if I send this request, it will check first this test1 exists or not. If does not, then it will respond that registration is successful. If not, then it will say that it is duplicate. Let's see what happens. So we have sent this request and it's going, oh, it's saying that user registered successfully, which means that it is already registered. Now duplicate is false, means it is not duplicate. Now if I just send it again, this time it is saying duplicate is true, which means that test1 is already registered, it cannot be registered again. If I keep sending it, it will every time it will say that username is taken, please try other unique name. If you try, let's say username 2, then it should be registering it, because username 2 should not be existing in database right now. So we are just going to send it again, and if you see, hold on, yeah, user is registered successfully. So we are good. Now we are having this credential test1 test, so we can use this for login. Let's try to login. Now if you see your logger part, so this in the log you will see register user, DB connection happening, and then this is a message that DB connection success, registered user. So every time whenever you send, this will be printed that registration endpoint it got hit. Now just to what I want to do here is, okay, you can ignore this for now. What we are going to do here is login. When you user login, user will give test22 the username and password, right? So if I right now, if I just try to log in, and when you log in, you give just credential, no headers, extra headers. Okay, so in this case we will sending a request. So it is saying that invalid user. Why? Because this is not existing in database, right? We have just registered 2 users so far, test1 and test2. Let's try that out. Since this is not registered already, it is going to be saying that it is invalid user. So let's try test2. Test2. If you say, then let's see what happens. Username test2, handling request false. Why it is saying? Alright, so looks like if you have already figured it out, can you just imagine what was the problem? The problem was like in the username, I was just using test instead of test. This should be test1, and then this should be test1, right? Then only it will give it 1, right? It was not matching. So see, if this user exists inside the server, inside the database, sorry, then server responsibility is to provide you both one token, which is access token. This one. This is our access token provided, and it will also give response to cookie, which we are not able to see right now here. But I don't know how to see the cookie inside Postman as a response. If I just check. Alright, so now we are able to, sorry about that, the glitch, because I still don't know that how this cookie I can show you guys in Postman, but definitely cookie is sent from the server as part of response, as we have seen that this we are sending in the hackers here. Where is that? Register user, login. If you see this, we are sending for sure. definitely when we are going to implement React application, 200 for sure, I will be showing you that cookie is getting received. Due to some headers not accepted by Postman, I guess these cookies are not present here in the response. If I find, and if you find, please let me know in the comment, or if I find, I can update you guys in future in some of the article or in any case of video. But for now, just make sure that you just imagine that cookie is also got received in the browser and it is saved. I will show you in the while learning React, implementing React application. Now here we at least got this token which we are storing inside our local storage. So we will run the code, JavaScript code to store this in local storage so that we can utilize this access token for other use cases. Now if you want to use this get top hackers, if I just send this request to get this, if you remember, this hackers/top is a secured. Why I'm saying it is secure? Let's try to find out. This /topper requires authentication. Now if you are saying this middleware to authenticate, then you need to pass the authentication, that is JWT token, to get access or to get SOAP at this endpoint. So we have already set some sorry about that. We have already sent the bearer authorization header. We are expecting authorization header, if you remember, in the middleware, right? If I just go to middleware, see this authorization header expected. Now this authorization header is saying that this is the bearer token, you take it for authentication. Right now this is old token, that's why it is saying that invalid signature. This is something not valid, it is saying, right? So what we can do is we can get the latest access token. This is expired. So if I just check it, this token here, and send a request, let's see this, boom, we got the response, right? Now we are asking for 4 top hackers, but you know that we have already saved only 2 users so far now. So if you register more users, then it will come more. So let me just give you this another user. If I just register another one, right now it will give 3 in that case. So user got registered. If I right now hit, it will give me 3. See, now when this access token gets expired, you won't be able to get the response. It will say the invalid. So I think we have covered all. Only one part we have not got, refresh token. How this works. Now the way this works is, let me just, I cannot show you this guys right now because I'm not able to receive the refresh token right now, right? As part of cookie. Once you receive as part of cookie, I will show this refresh token, how it is working in the Postman as well as in React application, you guys, for sure. So this is a due from me. So let's understand it in the React application. So far we are done with our understanding, and let's try to end this whole series by implementing React application. So this will be circle will get complete. You won't complain that we have not understood from all aspect, like front end, back end aspect of this tutorial, like how JWT gets implemented using front end and back end everywhere. Because if you have built node server, you know that how to build the node server. You also should know that how to use the cookie or JWT concept utilized in your front end application to get a proper website formed for you. So that's a very important aspect of that. So let's try to understand in the next video. Till then, signing off. Bye bye.